Good day to you, welcome back, thank you for joining me and welcome to naturalnews.tv. I'm Magnus Mulliner. Another question. Could you, if you wanted to, eat the products, the cosmetics, the ingredients that you add to your skin, to your body? Could you eat it? I get it might not taste nice, but would it be toxic to you? In other words, could you apply any cosmetics, any deodorants, any facial creams, any foundations, and it would be safe to add it to your skin? Probably not. Now here's an interesting fact. The food industry, as we know, is regulated by various organisations. In the UK, the Food Standards Agency has now moved over to the Department of Health, and obviously in the US we have the Food and Drugs Administration. However, the cosmetic industry is free to add in whatever ingredients it feels is necessary to produce a product that you like the smell of, you like the feel of, and it makes you look beautiful. I beg to differ, you already are beautiful. However, if you have conditioned yourself to apply anything to the biggest organ on your body and you would not eat it, you have a smarter choice to make. Think about this. Anything you apply to the biggest breathing, living organ, which will be your skin, will be absorbed into your body. It will then challenge the second biggest organ, which would be your liver. And if your liver can't synthesize the toxins, it will then be stored in your fat. And a lot of weight challenged people have high concentrations of toxins, heavy metals, PCBs, things like mercury, cadmium, even aluminium, actually stored not only in their organs but also in their fat tissue cells. Now you and I both know there are only two ways to create a disease. The body's not at ease. One way is deficiency. Do not give your cells, and there are over 60 trillion cells in your body, what they require. The second way is toxicity. So if you have, say, one of your 60 trillion cells functioning normally, it will not contain, as an example, aluminium, but if it did, it wouldn't function properly, and as a result of that, it could even mutate into then a cancer cell. Now don't get me wrong, right now your body's may be producing cancer cells, but only when they metastasize in an area, no doubt the weakest part on your body, that has a deficiency of the right nutrients and a concentration or toxicity of toxins. Houston, we have a problem. So my invite to you is to take control of your health by looking at your products that you apply to the biggest organ on your body, which is your skin. And as a tidbit, never ever apply anything to your skin unless you would eat it. So if you wouldn't do that, don't even think of doing that. Think about it, what's in there. I mean, how many of you people are conscious to the fact that your antiperspirant is likely to contain aluminium, or if you're in the US, aluminum? And that is absolutely toxic, and the research clearly shows it could lead to things like Alzheimer's disease. I'm going to put on my website what's called the 10 cosmetic ingredients you should avoid. It is free, you can get access to it. And according to the National Institutes of Occupational Safety and Health, 884 of the ingredients routinely used in cosmetics are toxic. Now some of them may be grass, generally regarded as safe. I beg to differ. But the 10 most harmful will be on that list. Just as an example, how many of you people use toothpaste that contains fluoride? Firstly, that will weaken the enamel on your teeth. Secondly, it's accumulative and will store on your bones. Absolutely toxic. But were you aware of that? So my invite to you would be to go and look for some toothpaste that, one, doesn't contain fluoride, and two, doesn't contain SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, or sodium Laureth sulfate. Or you may find some of the products that you bathe in, some of your soap suds, contain SLES, which is just another abbreviation, and they are some of what we call the bathroom killers. So right now you could be empowered to go into your environment and check out to see if you have any of those ingredients, and if you do, you have a smarter choice to make to the degree that you want to. So anything that's labelled as artificial fragrance, and there are between 10 and 300 different chemicals which really haven't been proven to be non-toxic, and they may cause headaches, dizziness. And then again, when I come out with some of these things, you may realise that you've designed a lifestyle around some of your own pathologies and you're not aware of the fact that you normally blow your nose because it's running after you've had a shower, when it could actually be some of the toxic chemicals that you're applying to your body. So here's another tidbit: if you cannot pronounce, never mind spell, the ingredients which is on your label, again, you have a smarter choice to make. So my wife and I, we use only organic products, and we chop and change which variety we use. And yes, I could eat it. I choose not to because I don't like the taste, but we also know that the water that we're using, which doesn't contain fluoride or chlorine or chloride, is actually safe. Other things like avobenzene, also known as Parsol 1789, and as it clearly shows on here, that has been linked to a number of diseases including cancer. Then we have dibutyl phthalates used in perfumes and hairsprays and skin creams and nail polish. And again, I'm not going to insult your intelligence and read all this. You can read it in your own time. I just want to point out the main ones. And then we have formaldehyde releasing preservatives. I mean, it really is frightening when you start looking at this list. Toluene, derived from petroleum crude and used primarily as a solvent in nail polish. Toluene affects the central nervous system and the respiratory tract. And then of course you've got my other favourites called parabens. And these come in the format of things like ethyl, methyl or propyl parabens. And parabens are basically, they mimic estrogen, and so they will cause a havoc once they get in your body, and they're also accumulative, just like fluoride. So if you would like to take control of your health, then the idea would be to form a non-toxic home. And if you use things like those things you plug in the wall that give off fragrances so your home can smell nice, you're going to breathe those toxins in, it's going to go onto your skin, and again it will compromise your immune system. Isn't it exciting that you are now empowered to put on your Sherlock Holmes cap, get your pipe out and go around and investigate the products that you may be applying? So just to remind you, if you would not eat what you apply to the biggest organ on your body, which is your skin, you do have a smarter choice to make. And I know plenty of people, especially a lot of my clients, that come in and they may smell nice, but it's very toxic. Deodorant sprays, top of the list with aluminium, you could just remove that. I mean, there is, I don't actually use any deodorants. I know it's been conditioned by our marketeers to apply deodorants to us. I have maybe a shower once a day, and I'm fine, I don't smell. Well, at least that's what my clients tell me. But go forth and find those things. But you could use a thing called a rock crystal or rock salt, and it contains alum, but that's not aluminium, and that you will find as a safer alternative. You wet it and then you can put it underneath your armpits. But again, just be aware that one of the crux of all my recordings here really is for you people to market to yourselves, and not to be subliminally affected by our marketeers of what's right for you and what you should go and buy, just so that you can create your happiness. Hopefully this makes sense. There's quite a bit of information in here. I will put the link in the notes such that you can click on my website and for free and get access to these 10 toxic compounds which you may well find in your cosmetics. And if you do find them, you honestly, truthfully have a smarter choice to make. Vote with where you put your pounds and your dollars, where you put your feet and what you're looking at. Those are simple ways that you can put the corporations out of business and start to become that change you want to see in the world. As always, have fun. My love to you all. Create a great day. Bye for now.